face this question and wonder, what do I do if I can't feel the energy? And it is very disappointing. So I want to talk about this. And as I began to think about this topic, I realized that this actually can work also for you who are thinking of learning Reiki and looking for your ideal teacher. So even if you don't do Reiki just yet and looking for a teacher, stay, listen to this because it's going to be relevant for you. I've been feeling a little under the weather. What happened was I was feeling a little scratch in my throat and I knew I was heading down for something. And usually I would have taken care, but it just routine changed. I stopped doing my self-healing. So things quickly went downhill and my energy level really depleted. And when this happens, it's really important you seek help. And that's what happened with me. My mother gave me this powerful 1 hour of Reiki that really put me to the speedy recovery. And here I am recording this video. So thank you, Mom. All right, so I want to explain a little bit about what happened because it's relevant to what I want to talk about today. And I would not have acknowledged that 1 hour of powerful Reiki session if I didn't have to explain it to you. Even after 10 years of Reiki, we take it for granted. I take it for granted, but no, it was Reiki. So this is what happened. That morning, I was feeling pretty good. I thought I've recovered and I'm good to go. So I went about doing my housework. But over the course of the morning, I quickly realized my energy level was depleting really fast. And so I knew that after lunch, I would have to take rest. So I decided when my kids left, I would take a quick nap. And then after lunch, instead of putting away the dishes, I sat on the sofa just resting. And my mother asked me to send Distance Reiki to somebody who had requested it. So I began doing that. I put my hands together and started sending Reiki. And a few minutes into that, my son comes along and wants my attention. And he wanted me to come with him. So my hand is still like that. I'm still sending Reiki. I go along with him. And then of course, he needed my hands. He needed more attention. So I had to end the distance session. I got involved with him. Before I realized, I was in front of my computer looking at my redesigned website, how it was progressing, not realizing that just a moment ago, I was feeling so depleted and I was thinking of taking a nap. How did that happen? It happened because I gave distance healing to somebody else. It was just a few minutes. But when you give Reiki to somebody, you receive yourself as well, right? So it boosted my energy level. And then as I was standing and working, my mother comes along and says, I came to give you Reiki, but since you're working, I will just give you distance healing. And she went away. Again, I didn't think much. I continued to work. I didn't feel any energy in the sense I didn't feel any warmth or tingling sensation from the energy that my mother was sending me. But I stood in front of my computer the entire hour and worked. Whereas just a few moments ago, I was thinking I need to rest because my energy has depleted so much, right? That's what Reiki can do. And you don't have to feel it. But Reiki works. And that is the question that came last week from Germany. Thank you, Eiko, for posing this question about what is it to connect with Reiki. I think she said that, when she connects with Reiki, she cannot feel it and it's very disappointing. And I know you're not alone. I know there are many of you watching today have that feeling. Me too. Yoko actually talks about connecting with Reiki on our Japanese channel, and you're in luck. You will have access soon because we are working on English subtitles. So stay tuned for that. And now, I don't know if I actually think about it. You know, when I put my hands, I don't really think if I am connected or am I feeling something. That's not important. I trust in that connection and bring my hands down and continue the healing. I'm Nasreen, founder of Japan Reiki Studio and head of Canada chapter here at Japan Reiki Association. Thank you for watching this video and your support. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so today's topic, connection with Reiki. Let me start with an example of when I first started giving a Reiki session to my clients, paid clients. I was so full in my head in the beginning that I have to give feedback to my client, that I'm going to have to tell my client what's going on energetically. So I was so worried that, oh my gosh, I have to feel it. No, I can't feel anything here. Oh my gosh, I can't feel anything here. But I did not need to do that, because at the end of the session, when the client would wake up, they would almost always wake up like, wow, that was so relaxing. Reiki was working all the time. It was just in my head. I didn't have to worry about anything. Reiki was flowing and Reiki was working. So that's the key. You don't have to think in your head. You connect with Reiki in the way that you learned, through words or feelings or imagination, whatever it is. You connect. It's only that few moments that you want to focus when you want to establish that connection. See, when you want to plug something into the wall, you want to make sure the prongs go properly into the hole, right? So for that few seconds, you're focusing, making sure it sticks into the right place. But then after that, you're not worried if the current is actually flowing. Like, you trust, that the electricity is flowing. Same with the Reiki connection. You do the connection, make the connection however you've learned. Maybe it's through words, imagination, or feeling. But do that motion or, how you feel just for the few seconds. For me, I put my hands up and close my eyes. Maybe breathing. And then I trust I've made the connection and bring my hands down. I don't actually think if I feel something. I just trust and bring it down. And that's the important thing, the trust, that instinctive feeling you have in your gut. That is what is important when you are seeking your ideal teacher as well. So go with what you first feel, and then you can ask the different questions. For example, if it's Reiki, you can probably watch my video on Reiki 101, get a little bit of knowledge on what Reiki is, and then ask questions based on that. And see what your potential teacher says, how she responds. Does she respond in the same way that I talk about Reiki in the video, or is it something different? If it's something different and you counter, what is the response then? Is she able to respond back in a logical way that you understand? Or does she just dismiss you? Right? That way you know whether she is your ideal teacher, or maybe you have to look somewhere else. And I think it goes same with any other type of teachers or coaches or anybody that you are seeking advice from. You want to first trust that feeling that you have without your head getting in the way. And then you can gain a little bit of knowledge and ask those few questions just to verify. Generally, what you feel first is going to be what you feel after you ask the questions. So I'm going to go back again and talk about Reiki, making the connection with Reiki. It's not logically, it's not with your head, it's with the trust. Trust the knowledge your teacher gave you. Trust the knowledge the attunement has done for you. And just trust. You don't have to feel the energy. You absolutely don't have to feel the energy to see Reiki working. That will come eventually. So no worries. I hope you enjoyed today's video and you'll be back again. Thank you so much for watching. For this video, I've had to do so many retakes and it's frustrating. I don't know whether it's because I was under the weather for a little bit. Well, whatever the reason, some days are good, some days are not so good, but it's okay. But I really do enjoy making these videos. So please come back for the next one. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. Trust in Reiki. You don't have to feel it.